Welcome to the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle podcast series, where we cater to you mind, body, and soul, with host Victor Francis and his special guests tackling diet, exercise, diabetes, and much more. Tune in every Saturday at 7 p.m. This podcast is brought to you in part by Virtuous Grove VA Services and Abini Pro Fitness.
Good night. Welcome again to another episode of Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine podcast. And I just want to say thanks again for those who came out on our third issue launch last weekend. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Jada. Thanks to Nicholas. Thanks to all the teams that came out and the people who came out to support us. And again, I want to give a shout out to health and fitness gyms down south side for the overwhelming support that they give us and the venue and all the support. So thanks Nicholas and team, thanks Jada and team for that, for making our third issue a success. And tonight we have a extremely special guest I have. I'm not going to say who it is by name just yet, but we're related somewhere, but I'm not going to say that to the viewers. But she's a professional chef, Miss Candice Prokop, and she's the CEO and founder of Lokally Gourmet. So Candice, come on down. Yes. Good night. I love that beautiful smile. I love that beautiful smile, Candice.
Thank you very much.
Right.
I get that all the time.
Yes, you have a winning smile there. And I mean, you a chef, so which means that you're cooking with love with that smile, right?
Plenty, yeah.
Right, good, right. So Candice, is a pleasure to have you on this podcast. I mean, you would have known this podcast is based on, all kind of professional based on health and wellness. We have doctors, we have nutritionists, we have all kind of people, trainers, people being features in health and wellness, mental health people. It's a holistic approach to wellness. And we can't talk wellness without talking belly and food and all that kind of thing. Because if you're eating, you're eating, then something wrong. You can't be 100% okay, right? Sometimes it's what you eat in moderation and things like that. So you're here tonight because I know you are excellent chef. So I want you to introduce yourself before we get the ball rolling, so the viewers can know, who is Candice Prokop. Yes?
Okay, nice. Thank you again. So I am Chef Candice Prokop. I am in the industry for quite some time. I was doing the mathematics there just now. And it's over 20 years I've been cooking. I love to eat. I love to see the smile on people's faces when they enjoy my food, taste my hand, as we would say. I'm a mother of three, my eldest being 18, my youngest being 10, and one in the middle, right? I can cook a bit of everything. I like to eat, right? I'm not as well put together in terms of size like you, but as a balanced diet, and so that also helps. Yeah?
Yes. Well, I mean, all I do is represent, I'm in fitness, and fitness or not, I had to eat. I may eat, different to some people, right? But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you're a chef. You could prepare meals for all types of people. Yes.
Yes, that's right.
All right, and that's important because if I say, what, Candice, I want a meal for someone like me who don't eat this and don't eat that. I know you could put it together because that's the profession. Yes.
Yes, I would provide for your dietary needs and your personal requirements.
Right. So right, and I ask that to say because there's people out there that will, who require a chef because anytime like I talking to people and it's like, but Vic, I don't know how to prepare this, I don't know how to prepare that. Who can you like put me on to? So that's why I'm here too, because there's a lot of people who want to change their lifestyle. They don't know how to prepare. They don't know what to do, how to put things together, right? Because
Yes.
Changing your diet to eat a particular way, you have to know what to buy, and how to put it together. And that's where you actually comes in because you would have
Yeah.
the knowledge and the know-how to do so. Yes.
Correct. Not only that, the transition between eating everything all the time and making that drastic change, to improve your health or your lifestyle, it is a bit challenging at times. As you would see, it's still challenging for me. It's a work in progress, right? But that's where I come into play. So I can give you meal plans. I can cook your meals, for you, you know, like that. So I see I have a question. You're gonna read it to me.
You can read it, it's fine. You do your thing. It's your floor.
So it says, what made you decide to become a chef? So
Yeah.
true story, right? I attended Five Rivers Junior Sec, and of course, all these subjects had to be done. One of them being home economics. And I remember the Sunday in the kitchen, because of course I have to help out home. And mommy say, you like to eat? Come and learn to cook. And that was the end of for me that Sunday. Throughout school, I did home economics at 14 plus at CSEC, CXC level. I did home economics, as we might say, food and nutrition. And I did pass, I got my two, right? I got a three the first time. My teacher said, no, you need to do better than that. So I went back and I did it over and I got a two. So that is how I became a chef. That's where the passion started from in the kitchen home with mommy.
Yes, so it would have started mommy telling you, girl, you're going on. You like your belly? So come and learn how to
Mhm.
cook. And then in school,
Correct.
yeah, back then, I know, that subject, yes, was really trending there. I don't know if it's still there up to the date, but and that would have been the beginning of your journey to where you are now, yeah. And
That's right. Yeah.
yeah, and that's excellent because there's always here, if you love what you do, even at the work a day again in life, meaning that you have a passion for what you do, you love cooking, you love food, and then you turn your passion into a career, and that's what we be telling people. So even self, like for people like me who like fitness and inspiring people, that's why I do what I do. I work out, I try to be as healthy as I can, but I also spread the message of wellness to people who really need it. So it's no different to you, preparing these nice dishes for different walks of people, because I know you probably could prepare not just meals for the mass majority, but also for people who may be diabetic, right?
Yeah, where we have less sugar, and able to provide something that doesn't contain flour in it, healthy snacks, because in this day and age, we like to eat on the go, pick at something, you know, some muffins, kind of things. Yeah, whether it be fruit, sweet potato, plantain, and I like to experiment too. A chef of mine once say, you like to stick in your comfort zone, you need to come out. And he would always push me, to come out of that comfort zone. So I have to say publicly, thank you to Chef Kyle. Kyle over
Yes,
and for taking
yes.
me
Well,
out of the zone.
well. In life, I think we actually lose in our comfort zone. Eh? You don't gain anything in comfort zone. Life is about taking risks, coming out your comfort zone. Because I once heard someone said, a motivational speaker, that the greatness lies outside of your comfort zone. Opportunity lies outside your comfort zone. You must take risks in life, and so we call it comfort zone, but it's like taking risk, taking a chance on yourself. So everybody who comes on this podcast, eventually I realize have a why for they do what they do. I have my why. I do what I do, and we go way back. With the health and wellness and fitness and thing. So it's the same based on what mentioned there, that this started in the kitchen where mommy telling you, hey, you like a belly? You know, come and learn to cook. And that is what started you. So why become a chef? That is your why there. So I would say it's
That
mommy.
is why, yeah.
Yes,
But
mommy behind you. Yeah.
yeah, and then over the years, I realized, but wait, there's something natural that I have, the whole idea of being able to create something out of nothing and seeing the looks on people's faces, hearing a child say, oh, auntie, this tastes real nice, or a senior citizen saying, oh, good girl, yeah, boy, I could get some
Yeah.
more. That
Yeah.
is, I my prize, so to speak. You know.
Yeah, because you know with Trini, our culture is that God, that thing tasting good, boy. Who cooked
Mhm.
this? You know what I mean? Who cooked this?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, this finger licking. You know, so I understand because even myself, if I go to a restaurant or anywhere and up, I mean up to when last night or sometime, we were somewhere hanging out and we eat something and it tastes really good. I went to find the lady. I said, "Who cooked this?" She said, "Me." So we tend to want to find out when something tastes good. Hey, who prepared this? You know.
Mhm.
So again, I'm glad that you love what you do, and I can tell with the big smile on your face and how you talk about, how you're speaking about what you do, that you really love that. And I want to say that is a good thing because everybody that comes in this podcast love what they do. I haven't met someone on this podcast that do really like what they do, and that kind of thing, right? So I will ask this question, right? You know, what's your favorite? This someone asking this, right? What is your favorite meal?
So it might well, but I am in love with Callaloo.
You in love with callaloo,
Mhm.
but then you are
I
callaloo
love.
expert.
I could eat Callaloo with cricks, with coleslaw, with bread, by itself, as a soup. I could eat Callaloo for tea, breakfast, and dinner. I love
Well,
Callaloo.
well, what I go say, the first time I hearing that a chef saying callaloo and
And
vegetables. Well,
and
callaloo and
coleslaw.
if callaloo
Yeah.
and coleslaw, callaloo and cricks, well, I think you made your own dessert there because I've never heard that in my entire life, right? You know, I mean, I want to see you eat callaloo and cricks though.
Yeah.
I want to see you callaloo and cricks because I mean that's a unusual combination there though.
So here is the backstory behind the Callaloo, right?
Mm.
Growing up, grandma always make Callaloo and stuffed dumpling. I remember having my first job, right? As a trainee in one of the credit unions, one of the local credit unions. Granny
Mm-hmm.
live in Pittsburgh and I live in the east. And Granny would pack my lunch container, send it to Port of Spain with my aunt, right? So when she make it, she put it in the refrigerator, she freeze it. And when my aunt's coming in town, my aunt bring it on work for my mommy, and then my mommy will give me it. That was his stuffed dumpling. But the callaloo is like comfort food.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling out. Because I remember coming home the other day and I'm like, I'm feeling for callaloo. So I reach home after 6 and I went and I make callaloo and I was happy for the rest of the evening.
Well, I seen someone asking callaloo beat avocado. Can callaloo beat avocado? What do you think?
Now that's a tricky question.
That's just your opinion, yeah. We're not going no super health nutrition chat, and this is a discussion kind of thing.
That's a tricky question because as much as I used to eat and still eat the callaloo with the cricks or the coleslaw, God rest my grandmother's soul, Granny had an avocado tree. And I would always get an avocado when I go by Granny. So is avocado with salt, is avocado salt and fry bake, avocado salt and roast bake, avocado by itself. So that question is a tricky question for me. I cannot choose between the two. I am very sorry.
Well, I think the question come from a family member. I watch her surname there. So the person who posed that question know exactly why they asked that question. But
Yes.
coming back to coming back to what we're talking about now. But callaloo is healthy. I know that for sure, and I know
Mm,
avocado is healthy. So which Granny had you on the right path, right? Because those two things are super healthy, and those two things I do eat because I don't eat a lot of things, but I do eat callaloo and I do eat avocado because I know it's healthy and it's good for you. So apart from avocado and cricks, right? Apart from Carlo and cricks, before we answer the question, how do you like your callaloo spread? Like, what do you like it spread on? Apart from your personal choice, the callaloo and cricks and callaloo and salad and that kind of thing. Like a dish with callaloo. What is your favorite? Yeah. What is your
Yeah,
favorite
I
dish
like
with callaloo?
cuckoo, callaloo, and stew fish.
Cuckoo callaloo. Well, that's a rare Trini dish, man. That's a Caribbean dish.
It Trini, it have a little Caribbean infusion. It have a little international because you see a lot of our Trini people outside. You'll see them making callaloo, right? And the gourmet part for it would be how you prepare it, you know. So you wouldn't just throw everything in a pot. You would have everything cut perfect size, perfect dice, perfect buttons. You know, you could see the highlights of the colors, not just the green overwhelming in the bowl, right? Your presentation would be on point with the perfect yellow hot pepper.
Oh, so that's you that you lay know the steps there within presentation. So like someone like me who's just a consumer, I mean I go there I look for a good dish and I watch a color. Now before I say what I'm gonna say, someone told me the other day that there's some people that create make the cuckoo or whatever with flour, they mix it. Is that so?
Well, I have never done it personally, right? I like the authentic way with the cornmeal, right? So with the flour, I don't think I would call it cuckoo though, but that's just me.
Yeah, well. So when the person told me that, it's like really because no, I do eat flour, and I mean I would eat cuckoo if it's authentic, like we saying it's cornmeal is fine. But when I heard
Yellow
that is
corn.
yeah, when they say they put in flour in it, I say, but why they will do something like that? So I mean everybody trying to stretch something in order to gain extra probably income, but I think that's being not fair or truthful to what you're selling for those people who do things like that. But I know also the food industry. Let me go back to that. I mean, I think you mentioned you're there. What? How much years now? We said how long?
23 or 4.
So long?
Yes, because I have been in it since in school, working in the school canteen and so on. I went on to do 1 or 2 little studies, and I've been in it since. You know,
Whoa,
it's
that's
been.
that's
I don't
yeah.
look at the thing.
No, no, no. I mean, I met you. I mean, you don't look at all. Yeah, but you have the stripes under your belt, being in that industry a long time. And would you say that for the time you've been in that food industry, that has changed?
Yes, it has. And why I would say so. Um, Being in the industry as a youth coming up, no offense to it now, but I think the drive and the passion for why has changed for a lot of people. Those who started off in the industry with me, many of them have left because
Hmm.
it isn't how it used to be in terms of the quality of food, the quality of service, the interaction that we are usually accustomed to. I think because of COVID too, because of that pandemic, we have a change in how people look at the industry, what is expected. So I would say that it has changed. Some for good, some for not so good.
Well, all right. I believe that because for me personally, who's not obviously a chef, but for what I've seen
But
over the years, what is that?
you're a foodie.
Well, yeah, I eat food. We all need food, and we all need chef. Let me just make that clear. We need food, and we need chefs. All right. For me, the food industry has changed visually because I'm not in the back in kitchen or all of that. But what you can see out there is more fast food outlets. I guess is a quick turnover, is a quick hustle. The limelight of the we have a nightlife here and this and that, but it's not. It's changed, but not for the it's more it changed more for the unhealthy foods than the healthy foods, right? To get the healthy foods, you have to either go in a restaurant and and there's still limited options there. I know because whenever I go restaurant, I know the options for someone who don't eat certain things is limited, and you may have to ask for a mix and match to get a proper meal. And the places that
I
has, huh?
I agree.
Yeah, and the places that have the healthy meals, it's kind of expensive, right? So
It,
again, so that's how I think it's changed from because you mentioned just now the cuckoo, callaloo, and fish. Off my head, I only could think about two places or three places in Trinidad right now. Obviously, have more, but the more recognized ones. You know what I mean? That you can get things like that, and it may not taste like how Granny used to make it, but but that's just three or four against 100 at the unhealthy places, right?
mm,
So it has changed for, in my humble view, not for the better, but it's changed for as you will evolve, I guess. That's how it is, right? But
and
as yes,
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
sorry. Add to what you said. Most times when you go out to purchase foods, everything is fried. Back in the days, you could get a braised lamb, you could get a sauté shrimp, you could get, everything or most things now is a fry. The when you ask, because occasionally I'll go out just to see what it's like. When you ask, most times the techniques are not there anymore. You know,
Yes,
the
yes,
effort into the prep, it isn't there anymore. Sometimes the server doesn't even know how to describe the meal that the chef is preparing. And for me, that's insulting because how could you be selling something that you have no clue of the work going into it? You know?
well, I think I think most of the people who selling those things out, they don't know how it the work going to. They just all right, okay, well, especially people in the front that's serving. They're just serving what is presented there for them, and they can't tell you, well, we made this a particular way. um they can't because they're just front people, and they're looking for a job, and they can't really drill long. So I sure if you go in one of those fast food outlet or anywhere in the street that's selling those fry stuff, and you ask them what is the method that they use, they will say, well, well, they don't know, and they honestly wouldn't know. Yeah, you know, right? So the end of the day is people that say, the world evolving and all of that. But in some instance, to me, it's not evolving in a way that really, you know, health conscious. Is more evolving, more a dollar conscious, you know, based on turnover.
Because you're finding more and more young people, especially, you're hearing falling down from heart attack, they have high blood pressure, and what do we generally see them eating? So it's not just that they have a cheat day and they have a piece of fried chicken or, two bar and some sauce, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
that some we see them there religiously, you know. I mean, we have to partake of what is local, what is traditional, but at the same time, we have to think about our health too, and we tend to neglect that.
Yeah, well, more people, most people neglect that. Most people neglect their health because of, I mean, some not doing it by choice, I will say. I think based on life, based on the hustle and the bustle, based on, coming from work. And no, I'm not making an excuse for people who does that. I'm just saying that's how it is, you know, that's how it is. Bills, people tired. So I know it's life itself is challenging, but I also say this as well. If we take a chance or make a change today, down the road we'll end up with problems, and correct. The young people feel that they will always be young, yeah, so they can eat
Yeah,
all this crap, all these unhealthy stuff and get away because it will show up now, right? But it definitely will show up down the road. Yeah. If you make a step today in a small direction to take care of your health, whether it's going to walking once, twice a week, you know, eat smaller portions, and drink more water, little things like that. It only will add value to your health and your life down the road consistently, right? It's the same thing that if you do not do anything now, it will not add value down the road. It will add more pain than value down the road. It's simple as that.
And more
It's
money.
it yeah, well, as you mentioned that, everybody's like, hey, they say, perfect, eating healthy is cost and it's expensive. Yeah, in some instances it could be a little more expensive, $1 or two more than the average food or the meal. But going by the doctor, more expensive down the road, I can tell you that. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that is always say is that eat your food. My advice to people: eat your food today as your medicine, or else you'll be eating your medicine as your food at an older age. It's simple, right? It's choices. Right? Doesn't mean that you can partake from a little fried chicken. The problem is not that. The problem is that consistently eating the wrong thing for a long period of time, not making a say, what? Let me cut back on this. Let me cut back on the sugar. Let me cut back on the salt. Let me cut back on the grease, right? Just cut back a little bit. Whether it's use a spoon of sugar, try say, what? I'm going to try eat a half spoon of sugar. Whether it is you just eat fried chicken 5 days a week, so eat fried chicken 3 days a week. That is what we are advocate for this movement in Fortress Fitness Wellness Magazine. We don't promote fitness, we promote lifestyle wellness. Yes, and hence the reason why you are here, and hence the reason why you on the magazine. This third issue, you on there smiling bright as you are now. And I just want to let the viewers know that Miss Candace Prokop is on our third issue lifestyle magazine that came out last weekend. And look for it online. It's on our Facebook page, Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine. You will see it there. And tune in. Miss Candace Prokop, CEO chef, will she's there with an article, giving pointers, healthy tips, things like that. So it was a pleasure having you on the magazine. Hope we'll have you the last quarter for the year, which is October. Put up a next article, bring a next warm smile as usual, because we tend to have the a corner for people like yourself, a chef corner, a doctor's corner, a nutritionist corner. So
Nice.
so so people can see you all and read the article, because there's some people might say, what, let me see what a chef could say, on this magazine. Let me hear what the doctor has to say. So that is why professional like yourself, my team and I reach out to people like yourself to actually contribute your expertise in our lifestyle magazine, because it's a lifestyle, initiative. It's not we don't, pick people who not contributing or could contribute to any form of action in life, in the sense of changing your lifestyle. So a chef is ideal if you want to make if you're not sure how to prepare meals. And that's one reason you're on the magazine as well. Because I know your handles will be there, your phone number there and things like that. So people can reach out to you and say, what, I need help
Yeah.
in preparing the meal that I want to prepare in order to curb the bad habits or my eating culture that I am in it right now. So again, that is why we reach out to you, because you add value to the magazine and the whole initiative. Yeah. So it's not, don't watch people like me and say, well, I'm looking all fit, and thing, and it's not about that. It's not about
So
that,
many
because where's that?
fat people still need to maintain.
Well, what I can say though, being healthy and being fit is two different things, right? Because people just feel, if somebody going to the, and I'm saying this because it's true. I have a lot of gym buddies out there, and that people go gym every day. It doesn't mean they are healthy, right? it means you're going to the gym every day. It means it's a step towards a healthier body, right? External, the aesthetics and all of that is good. But if you're not eating proper, you only will build up a body that looks good on the outside, but you could be unhealthy on the inside. And then you will fall down and get sick and develop lifestyle diseases, and just like anybody else who's not going to the gym. So the gym is just one aspect of a avenue that you can use on your journey to get fit. You can you can go to the savannah, you can go to the park, you can swim, you can run, you can ride, you can hike, but every just keep moving, and it's good for you. But also together with keep moving, you have to watch what you eat, cut down on things that will cause inflammation in your body, which right? And those are the kind of things you have to do if you want to be fit and healthy. It's different than being fit, right? There's fit and healthy, right? And there's healthy, just people just being healthy with the lifestyle they choose. Because I just tell people, the disease that you mentioned just now there, whether it's diabetes, whether it's hypertension, those kind of things, is lifestyle disease that we created by eating a particular way for a long period of time. It's not something that it just happen, roll off the blocks and jump on your shoulder. It doesn't work like that. Yeah? And there's a myth people just feel, well, because people exercising, automatically they're healthy. No, that's you can't judge somebody by that. Exercising is good, don't get me wrong, but exercise alone cannot get you healthy, right? It's an excellent way to start, but you have to curb and adjust your eating pattern and eating in portions and cut down on things that, as you mentioned, all these fries is not a good thing. Yes?
Yes. And to add to that, as you mentioned, you might be going to the gym, yes. You have a healthy outlook, but the inside is still in a mess. So I
Yeah.
don't go to the gym, but my job is plenty walking lately. So what I find myself doing is challenging myself. So I might say, okay, next whole week I not eating no flour. That's me kind of, getting the body adapted or adjusting to trying something different, to bettering myself. The week after, I'm like, okay, no sugar for this whole week, no added sugar, that is. You know, like fruit, I might make a smoothie, make a slushy, something, but I'm not adding any artificial stuff to it. So we could help ourselves, we could challenge ourselves because most times the mind is stronger than the flesh. Your body will be craving for it because why? It's years you have been doing something, years you have been eating something that may not be agreeing with you. You can't make the week, try 2 days at a time. So 2 days this week, okay, you say no flour. Next 2 days, you say no sugar. And you would see for yourself, because I have proven it with my own self, that when I do that and you start back eating it, you'll be like, but why are you feeling so? Because why the body knows that hey, you was doing stupidness all the time. You're not supposed to consume that or consume too much. I don't want it again. Don't give me it. And
Yeah.
then after of that practice, you realize that okay, on the right track. I don't feel for that anymore. So you could pass by an organization that they all the time up. So when you pass by, all the smelling is fried chicken. And it wouldn't bother you. It won't
Yeah.
have to because what? Your mind and your inners become one. So that you might eat it, but you no longer feel for it. That's when you pass by something and it's smelling good, they say you taste with your eyes and your nose first, and then your palate feels it. You would no longer have that craving. So you know that you're already on the right path. But at the top of my head as well, change that to the individual. So you have to know that you want to eat better, you want to live longer, whether to see your grandchild, your great grandchild, you know, you want to live to retirement age, but you gotta make change. And that's where I come into play too. You can't do it on your own. That's where fitness lifestyle comes into play for having you supports. And you need, we are here, somebody just to talk to, give you a little advice. We are here. Or if we can't do it, we're going to put you in contact with somebody who can, you know.
Yes, and you said so much there, Candice, and you're on point with all because is the magazine we cater for mind, body, and soul. And you cannot make a step towards a better lifestyle when coming to your health without first making up your mind and saying, you know what, today is the day that I'm going to make a change. All right. And also, there's people come to me and say, they want to give up, whether it's flour, whether it's sugar, or they want to lose X amount of pounds, a ridiculous figure within a month. And I always say to them, if you eating flour for 30 years or sugar, you just can't stop it the next day. It doesn't work like that. Your body and your
It's
mind
an
wouldn't
impossible.
allow you. So what you have to do is exactly what you said just now, Candice, which is, you know what? Let me just start with I'm not going to eat flour for just 2 days, and I'm going to cut down on my again. If I just drink coffee or tea, and I put a tablespoon, I'm going to use half a tablespoon, and I'm only going to do it 3 days a week. And I think most people don't understand that's the right approach to changing your diet or curbing how you eat certain things, and is a way to adapt in order to change your lifestyle. Some if you want to go a little healthier, right? And we in this country like quick fix, right? We like quick fix and the magic pill, as we just say it. And I applaud people who you know, make little changes. So you see how you mentioned, like, you know what, I wouldn't eat no flour for the week. You're training your mind there to reject flour eventually. You understand? When you say you're not going to eat sugar this week, you're training your mind and your body to get accustomed with not having sugar for some days because our body craves certain things they're accustomed to for years. But because of people don't understand how your body works, and for those people who try and they give up because they realize their mind is so strong, but it's not a matter of strong in the sense of defense. Their mind is strong on its own for what they have been practicing for a long period of time. And it's not easy to just jump in things like that. You can't lose. Someone told me, Vic, I want to lose 100 pounds in 100 pounds in like I think it's 2 months or so. I said, but that's my people business, right? It doesn't work like that. You have to start with 1 pound at a time and go towards it. Let everybody get accustomed to losing 1 pound. And I applaud people who start pound by pound, all right? And progressively you will get there. But when you want to just lose a 100 pound for carnival, or you want to do it
One,
just for those kind of things, I ain't supporting you. Don't come by me, go by somebody else, because we don't support people for that one occasion. We
mm-hmm.
support people for life. You want to lose weight, you want to change your lifestyle, fine. We have all the right people, including yourself. We have professional athletes. We have nutritionists. We have doctor. We have people who provide all kind of stuff. We have everything. All you need to do is make up your mind and say, you know what, today I say enough is enough. And you would have mentioned something there, Candice, where the best thing you can do to yourself and the best gift you can give your children as they get older is you being alive, right? To see your children get older and following their passion or whatever you will want for them, guiding them down the road. The worst thing that happen to children is their mother, allow herself and lifestyle to take her out of this world before time, or you don't reach 40 and you suffer forever and you die. And you train them, some of them under 20, some is 14, some is 10, right? And I can tell you, I lived through that. So I know how it is, right, with my moms. So what I'm saying is that the best gift, I keep saying this, a parent could give to their children is live long, right? But also live long as healthy as you can, right? Not for your children to be taking care of you, right? They will do it if they don't have a choice, right? If he is 90 and all of that, okay, fine. But you can't be 40 and up, right? And because of your choices and your lifestyle for the last 30 years, right? When your children supposed to be actually, you know, putting a career together and having their family, because of your poor choices that you didn't stop to even try to, make a change, Now they have to take care of you, and you will feel, well, they're ungrateful because I mind you, I make you. When truth and the fact is, you didn't say, you know what, I love my children, yes, but as much as I love them, I love myself too, right? And if you love yourself, you make changes, small changes. Don't get me wrong. I respect people who make small changes other than somebody just want to jump in and the expectation of a big change, which I know is not attainable or sustainable. You understand? So for me, I applaud you for taking a week is plenty to not eat flour or sugar. A week is plenty. And you mentioned something there about refined sugar. I think a lot of people don't understand what is refined sugar or hidden sugars, right? And I think that is what is causing more the problem in our society. It's not just a spoon of sugar from your sugar jar, There's hidden sugars in a lot of things. And I think that is what lick up our population. What do you think about that?
That's true. Because like I said before, you're making a punch, you're adding sugar, you're adding condensed milk. The condensed milk is
Yeah.
already sweet. The fruit in itself already has its own natural sugars. So then why are we adding sugar on top of sugar and sugar? You know? And we're adding sugar that has been manufactured in a factory that came originally from a plant, but has had additives added to it.
Yes. Yes.
to prove it. So then, if you break it down, then what exactly are we doing? Because we would say, okay, I'm going to make a punch, and I'm feeling hungry, I'll drink the punch will fill me. So you put in peanut butter, you put in oats, you put in banana, you put in XYZ, you put in the condensed milk, you put in the essence, and then you put a spoon of brown sugar. That doesn't, the brown sugar is needed. For a matter of fact, the condensed milk may not be needed, you know? I know
That
add some or some low fat milk because the banana already contains its own natural sugars. The peanut butter in itself already has sugar content. Then we don't need double that batch in of sugar. You know, we're making a smoothie in the morning time. Instead of only making a fruit smoothie, we can add fruit together with some greens. It might sound, look, it might look unattractive, but it will be a bit healthier than just fruit alone with only natural sugars. The greenery will help balance. That's what you're looking for in your diet. Help with your help with your breaking down of your system, with your diet, your bowel movement, and so on. You understand?
well, that that punch that you described there is just a mug a depth, right? That's why I will call it because that mug of sugar, that's the artery clogging recipe you mentioned there.
The long lines by the punch people on the side of the road when the evening come.
I know. You see, they're there because of lack of knowledge, and they believe that the sweeter it tastes, the better it's for you. When you and I know the sweeter it tastes is the worse it is for you, really, right? And that's why most of these people who you see going there every single day,
That's the ailment.
they have ailment and they there's a lot of mucus they're ingesting there, right? But again, again, over and over, I talk about this and this program and other places that we go, is lack of knowledge, because I mentioned to a guy who, a big man, I say, why you drink all that milk at your age over 40? You drink milk like a baby 3, 4 times a day. I mean, I mean, that's kind of overdoing it. You don't need all that milk as a big man. If you drink once a day, whatever, but morning, noon, night, you drink all that milk like you're breastfeeding, there's something wrong. He laughing. But he said, boy, he can't do without milk. And there's a problem. When I talk to people, people say they can't do without this, they can't do without that. Even though someone can prove to them it's not healthy or at least take it in moderation. That is it, I eat into some small, and then if I dead, I dead. I heard this already. You understand?
Remember,
I heard.
from since we're small, we hear milk good for your bones need calcium. So we grew up with that notion that the more milk I drink, the better or stronger my bones will become or be.
Mhm.
That's told and taught from since we're small. When after a certain age, it does nothing whatsoever for your bones.
Correct, correct. It does nothing, and only that is that again we never question what was told to us because it come down from our great grand, our granny, and you know what? Kudos to them because the world wasn't open up. We didn't have much knowledge about certain things and what we put in our mouth. And the difference is that the food they eat back then was prepared and better than what we eat now. You understand?
No,
Because what
that's
we give them, so they might have drink milk till they reach 60, 70, 80, 90, but the milk was coming straight from the animal, straight into
mm-hmm,
the pot, right? And they will
mm-hmm,
probably boil it. But the milk that we get in containers in the supermarket, you and I know there's a particular process, right?
mm-hmm,
It may look white, but it probably 30% actual real milk in there. You understand?
mm-hmm. With olives,
Yes,
yeah.
it's a lot of adjectives, and the problem is the really the adjectives and the different things that in the same things that we grannies eat that causes sickness down the road. It's not really the thing itself. So, but most of us don't know that. So we still feel well. You know what? There's as you mentioned, Granny say, um, milk is good for your bones. Yeah. So I seen somebody asking there, um, you can share some of your dishes you have created. So apart from the callaloo that you that's your choice of you like, what is at least give me at least one or two of the dishes that you created, and afterwards you'll tell me why you created those particular dishes.
All right. So
It could be
the
anything.
first the first one would be a stew fish, right? And I'll
Hmm.
give you the story one time with it, so we don't have to come back. So, so, so when Daddy was alive, I remember, well, my sister tells the story better than I, right? But it had a particular day, Mom went away and he didn't want to cook. Of course, we hungry. She was like, but Pinky, you have nothing to eat. I say, all right, I'll whip up some. So back then it had the Vibe juices. I don't know if you can remember. Nestle used to produce some
Yes,
Vibe juices. Used to
I
come
know
in the
the vibe.
box, right?
Yeah.
Right. Orange carrot was my favorite. So I always had one in the fridge. So my sister was like, well, I'm hungry. I said, all right, I'll fix something. So I made some stew fish using the Vibe. So I cut season the fish, cut it into cubes, bread it and fry it. And then I made a sauce with the juice, the orange carrot juice. So that is one of my creations that is still her favorite today that she tells everybody about. And yeah, but of course she tells the story better than I because she does light up like a Christmas tree when she have to tell it. So that's what. Something else that I've created. Let's see. Hmm. Have to Oh, so I remember working with a chef some years ago, and the same one who liked to, take me out of my comfort zone. And we were doing this event, and he always have these crazy out of the world ideas. And he was like, "Okay, so I want to make some cookies." I was like, "Cookies? What kind of cookies?" He wants to make provision cookies. I said,
Oh,
"Provision cookies?" He said, "Yeah. By not telling you what to do, you just do your thing, just give me what I want." And of course, put to the test, execute, I succeeded. So I made some cookies made from dasheen, beetroot, sweet potato, and I think it was cassava was the other one. He was happy. We were happy. clients were happy, and that's one that has gone down in the books as well. So that's two. I give you one more. Let me see. One more that might change lives.
But why is he thinking about that? Why is he thinking about that? I want to say, yes, you stopping my tracks when you mention dashing, right? Cookies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you started going down in the books, but I think you have to bring back out that book because I am going to make a recommendation because obviously I do eat flour. So therefore I wouldn't be dealing with the normal cookies, right?
Mm.
Now, that's interesting though, that dashing cookies. I mean, there's some people watching this podcast into fitness. I'm pretty sure they will want to say, hey, Vic, tell our chef we want to taste that. We want to order some or something like that because dashing cookies. I've never heard in my entire life dashing cookies.
Yeah.
The only thing I like with dashing is dashing dashing on saltfish, dashing on food. Like cooked food. So when you say dashing,
Yeah. It has chips as well. You know how you would have plantain chips, you could have dashing chips.
yeah. Well, I was never. I know about the plantain and the I think it's what plantain and breadfruit chips. I know they sell that supermarket, but dashing chips. Well, I haven't seen that out in the supermarket. I know nobody outside the supermarket that's selling things like that, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we will have to revisit that book because that book could help people like myself who would is look and crave for healthy snacks, but it's not too popular in this part of the world and in our country. You had to look so far and wide between to get healthy snacks, outside of the most popular unhealthy snacks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
I
I'll
know.
secret on two separate occasions throughout my chef career. I have started writing a food book, but I've
Hmm.
stopped. Yeah, I don't know why. I just haven't picked it back up as yet. And those things that I'm mentioning right now, those are a part of the cookbook. So, it would have been a mixture of healthy stuff and everyday stuff, but made it a bit healthier. So it would have less oil, less butter, no preservatives, that kind of thing.
Yes. So what I will say on the heels of that, what I will say, you're gonna create that book in 2025. I'm speaking it into being, and I know that you're gonna be encouraged to do it, not just for me, but other people. And also, and it's a good idea because at the end of the day, people want options. I've been asked that over and over. They want options. Okay, Vic, the time I do eat this to snack on, I love to snack on this. I study in the night, and I just had a snack when I study, which is true for most people. But at least let's give them an option, right? The option is what people don't have in this country. So like that cookbook that you mentioned there, Fortress Fitness will commit to this day to partner with you to make that book possible in whatever way that we can, right? And you will hear that I am somebody do make commitment and I somebody stick to my rules. So if I make a commitment, all right, all you have to do is we sit down, we find out, hey, how it goes, a recipe book that is catered for or everyone. I believe in it. That book will have normal recipes that we know, and part of it will have healthier recipes that most of us don't know, which
Mm.
make a lot of sense. So when you're ready to start back this year, right? Just reach out to me, right, and the team, and we will sit down and we will however way Fortress can help you on the team, and I know we can. We will help you, and also whilst you prepare to write the book, to start it again, pick it back up, right? 'Cause those are amazing recipes. Um, Also in our magazine, as I said, you could always hint of what is coming in your book. So people who follow us could look out for the book, and we could also put it in our magazine, because remember, every 3 months we bring out a magazine, right? And just now will be every 2 months instead. And people can know where to get the book. We'll have a book launch, because you can launch your book together with our magazine launches, be a big thing, right? So
Right.
your book
Now,
launch, yes. So that'll be nice. So we have a next launch October. I'm pretty sure the book might be ready then, and we have next year edition starting. Our next launch will be the end of January. So
so
we
we
have
can aim for January.
right.
I'll
So
give
we
myself time.
Right. So we're looking for that launch to the end of January. Reach out to me, and let's put that book in action, and we'll make that book happen. Right? We'll make that book happen, because I just need to find out from you in that book the dashing chips and the dashing uh what is it called, cookies.
I'll get a sample to you.
Yeah. I need a sample of that dashing cookies. So if people want to get you to do an event, um, cook for them in whatever way, how can they reach you?
Well, my WhatsApp for businesses on the in the magazine that I give out my number here as well. It's
Yes,
three seven 2447, right? Or you can follow me on Instagram. It's Locally Gourmet. I'm also on Facebook. Facebook isn't as active as Instagram. And I have to be honest, I have been a bit dormant in terms of posting pics and content and so on. But I plan to be back on stream pretty soon. Just, building up, waiting to just explode everything, you know.
yes,
Because to start and stop again, I want to start and just go full through, right?
yes,
But you all can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, at my WhatsApp. Um, can also email me at locallygourmet@gmail.com, right? Say where you saw me, where you heard me. I'm a familiar face, I understand. So I'm being seen. And thank you for Vic for having me here this evening, on his platform, right? And yeah, I can't wait to, to launch this book now. I get all excited again.
well, the nice thing what it is, then what we do, we launch magazine and we launch books. That's your thing. But we're glad to work with you to to fulfill your passion and your dream, which is the book, which I think is needed in these times actually. And again, work to launching the book together with our magazine launch, because there's a lot of people there, so people can see your book and purchase your book, and they can know where to get your book and things like that. And obviously, we will get a appearance on one of these networks to talk about the book and what is in the book and why you bring out the book and things like that, right? Because it's important, as I keep saying. And the next launch, Fortress, we'll try, we'll do our best to have you there in not just the magazine, but get some of your dishes, so the people in the magazine and all who support us can taste your hand, right? So we
Yes,
will be,
yes.
we will be meeting face to face before October the 25th, and
No,
we are going to put something together where we can taste your hand, and you know on our launch. And this October, actually, our launch is again, as I say it again, is the 25th of October, but it's also the anniversary of Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Magazine, our first year, our 1 year anniversary actually. So it's a big thing for us. So you there with us, sharing your experience, tasting your hand, and I know you'll be preparing those whatever we ask you for. You'll be preparing it with love and smiles, with that
lots
winning
of love.
smile. Yeah,
Right.
that winning smile you had, it only can represent love. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yes. So again, Candice, um, I know our time is up, and the people behind the screen tell me I talk plenty. So I don't want I don't want to overdo it, right? So again, Candice, I want to thank you for making the time to come out tonight to chat with us and let us know, what you do and, the excellence behind that voice and that hand. So, for people who haven't seen the magazine yet, they could go out now and say, well, I saw that lady, and yes, she talked the talk and she looked like she could walk the walk. So let me go and see the article and see what she said in that magazine, right? All right. So people can
Yes,
listen to the magazine. Her number is on the screen. Reach out to her for those who want a chef in the kitchen. Reach out to her if you have a wedding, a function, any kind of event. Candice Prokop, right? Locally Gourmet will give you the best local, healthy, if you choose to. For those who just want the normal gourmet, is fine. And for those people who want a healthier option, she also provides that. So we ain't discriminating here. We're being open and fair for those people because the end of the day is about choices. All right? It's about choices. So Candace, thanks again for coming. Have a blessed night. May
thank you.
God richly bless you and your family. Keep you all safe.
Same.
And I'll have you back on this platform again with your dashing cookies. I wanted to show us the dashing cookies on this
No problem.
platform. Right? So take care.
Give me
And
have a right to me.
have a blessed night and we will chat again soon. Take care.
Too.
Special thanks to our partners Virtuscope VA Services and Abini Pro Fitness. And don't forget to get issue 2 of the Fortress Fitness Lifestyle magazine available now.